Hello my friends, Grim here. Thanks for joining me once again for what will... Droganon, I'm talking here. How could you be so rude? Isn't it weird how he just kind of murmurs to himself? I've never really noticed that before. As I was saying, we're rolling a Runeword for what will surely be the last time this latter season, and it's a doozy. We are rolling another Enigma.
But Grim, you have an Enigma already!
I hear you say, well, that's true, well observed, my friend. Cannot argue with that. However, it is in a Dusk Shroud, and while that is one of the most common and popular bases due to its relatively high defense combined with a relatively low strength requirement, some might say it does make the wearer look as though he or she may be suffering homelessness. Now, I have been coping to myself and telling myself that I'm a windy druid, I am at one with nature, I'm not a creature of metal and iron, I am a creature of the wind and the wild. I run with wolves, after all. However, and you know, there is some truth to that. Make no mistake, there is a lot of truth to that. It's kind of a cool look, it's kind of an iconic look, but is it as cool as something more regal, something more impressive, and something that looks like it offers more protection, even though its defense is actually lower, in the form of a Mage Plate? Mage Plate's strength requirement of 55 might as well be non-existent in a world of Annihilus and Hellfire Torch, and though the defense rating is lower, it is not that much lower, and in case you were not aware, defense barely matters for a caster anyway. Obviously it's a nice cherry on top, but we could easily respec a little bit after equipping this, and become more survivable by taking the few points that we have into strength out of them and putting them into vitality. Much more crucially, it opens up another stylistic option. My plan is not to sell one or the other right away, but to spend some time farming in the Mage Plate to see what aesthetics really suit Lysair. After all, aesthetics are a big component of this game. Let no one claim otherwise. Had to get away from Droganon. That guy just would not shut up, frankly, but now, little peace and quiet in Haragoth to get into some Jah Ith Ber action. Remember that there is only one roll that happens when you make an Enigma, that is the defense roll, 750 at the bottom, 775 at the top. Our current Dusk Shroud has 769. And here we go in clockwise order. Jah Ith and Ber. Boom, there's an Enigma, my friends. 761 defense, a lower defense roll than we currently have, both in terms of the roll itself and in terms of the overall defense. We are losing, let's see, mental math is a little bit tricky sometimes. Looks like 129 points of defense, but as established, that doesn't matter, number one, because again, we can get more tanky to make more than up for the loss by respecking a bit, and number two, because we do this in service of the aesthetic cause. What do we think about the aesthetics? Honestly, I love it. I love it. It's a really cool change of pace, if nothing else. Again, I think there is some merit to be found in the more wolfish, wilderness wanderer type of look, but I do like the presence that this more heavily armored, darker theme brings. Well, thank you for watching, my friends. Not the most exciting variables at stake here, were there, but I hope you had fun regardless. Enigma's always really, really nice. Of course, it's been a dream to make one and to make all the Runewords I've made here on my first ever ladder season. Stay tuned for more content, of course, and as always...
Ja, ik zit niet rijden, ik zie niet.